We have made an update to the recurring invoice. So if you go to the top where it says hello your name, in the menu you'll find recurring invoices. If you do not see recurring invoices, please notify support and we'll be able to enable recurring invoices for you. Recurring invoices are there for vendors who do not submit an invoice in. It could be a landlord, it could be an insurance bill where you want to, let's say you got an insurance bill for the whole year, but you want to spread it out across the months. You can do it that way as well. Or a landlord doesn't even give you an invoice, but you want to submit an invoice and record that entry and also pay the vendor. Now, when you go to recurring invoice, you go to add recurring invoice. You can type in the vendor's name. You can add the location that it belongs to. You can say the start date and the end date. You can put in a description. You can put in the terms. Everything will pull directly from your own profile. Now, which date do you want this to come into Factura is the created date. So when is it going to generate an actual invoice and populate it in Factura? And then what's the date on the invoice, either the 1st, 15th, or last day of the month? Now, what we've done as well is we've added some additional features. So if you come here, you can see on Enable Custom Months, I can now choose and say, I only want this to come in on a January. So for the year, only submit this on the January itself. So every year on January, submit an invoice. Or if you needed to do it quarterly, you would just do it every 3 months. Now, the other piece is line items. So before we only had the ability to add one total going to one GL code. Now you can add multiple line items. So when you enable line items, just add the line item. You can put in, let's say, rent as the description. Oops. Rent as the description. You put in your GL code, put in the tax if you need it, and the subtotal. And if you need 2 line items, you can put in another line and add the GL code and then save it. So I'm just going to disable that. Oops. And otherwise, you can follow the steps and put in the total if tax needed and the GL code if it's just going to one total GL code. So that's the update on recurring invoices.